Are you struggling to convert your Java files to Kotlin in Android Studio without losing your Git history? You're not alone. Today, we're diving into this common issue and showing you how to keep your version history intact. I totally get how frustrating it can be when you make a significant change to your code, only to find out that your version control system doesn't recognize it. It's like doing all that work for nothing. You're definitely in the right place. Here's the specific situation we're addressing. A user recently asked, why does converting from Java to Kotlin in Android Studio create a new file and delete the previous one, causing Git to lose track of the history? If this sounds familiar, let's explore the solution together. So what's happening here? When you convert a file in Android Studio, it creates a new file instead of renaming the existing one. This behavior is different from IntelliJ IDEA, which maintains the Git history. Let's break down how to achieve the same result in Android Studio. And stick around. At the end of this video, I'll share a quick tip that will help you manage your Git history more effectively when working with Kotlin. To begin resolving this issue, the user should first ensure that they have the latest version of Android Studio installed. This can help avoid any bugs present in earlier versions. Next, the user should open the Java file they want to convert. Once the file is open, they can access the conversion tool by navigating to the menu. Now, the user can select the option to convert the Java file to Kotlin. This will allow the IDE to handle the conversion while preserving the Git history. After the conversion, the user should check the Git status to ensure that the changes are tracked correctly. This can be done through the terminal or the version control tool in Android Studio. Finally, the user should commit the changes to save the conversion in the Git history. This ensures that the history remains intact and the conversion is documented. Fun fact, Kotlin was designed to be fully interoperable with Java, which means you can mix both languages in your project. It's like having the best of both worlds. Now let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative approach shared by another user explains that Git tracks file contents, not just renames. When using the git log command with the follow option, it shows history even after renames, but only if the file contents are similar enough. If most lines have changed, you can lower the similarity threshold using the dem option. Depending on your situation, you might need to set the similarity index even lower than 20% to capture the history effectively. Now, let's dive into a different answer from another user. An alternative solution suggests that Git doesn't track renames directly. Instead, it infers them from file add and delete actions. The user assumes that IntelliJ IDEA runs a git add command when renaming files, while Android Studio simply deletes the old files. To achieve the same result in Android Studio, they recommend manually running git add on the new files and git rm on the old files. This way, Git will recognize them as renames. Let's take a moment to review another user's answer. An alternative solution suggests using the new option in Android Studio called Extra Commit for Java to Kotlin renames. This feature helps maintain Git blame, but can create an invalid commit in the history. If you rebase the change, you keep Git blame but lose Git bisect. Conversely, if you squash merge, you keep Git bisect but lose Git blame. To address this, the user created a Gradle script that allows you to rename the file and run the Kotlin file with Java compiler in the same commit. You can find the Gradle script and instructions on GitHub. This approach could also be developed into an IntelliJ plugin for further use. Here's that quick tip I promised. Always keep a backup of your original files before making significant changes. This way, you can always revert back if something goes wrong. And there you have it. You can now convert your Java files to Kotlin in Android Studio without losing your Git history. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe for more tips, and remember to keep experimenting with your code.